Hi Dee. Hi everybody. Trying to do my Friday thing here. And I couldn't make the projector work, so I have the tablet running. And along with the tablet I have
I watched this I watch a lot of
that speaker, and I brought a
footage,
second phone.
and I watched
And
this.
that little light, in case something walks right up here close.
I watched this.
Maybe that other camera will do something about it. I doubt it, but it might. Oh, we had some wind and some weather out here in the last week, but I haven't been out here in the last week on purpose to let it calm down out here. Get this off of that. There. Something busted that one off. Nothing I could see busted that one off, but something did. Kyle! This time, as soon as I came out of my house, I got that numb feeling on my face. And ever since I've been out here, and it is cold today. You can see my breath a little bit. It is cold. And you can see my breath. I put a new handle on this, so hopefully I won't be doing this the whole time. Because I'm not holding on to the part that hurts me. And my last video really annoyed me that I held everything pointed at the ground the whole time. So I'm going to try and figure out a way to hold this thing so that it's comfortable yet pointed in the right direction. Watch your ears. Whoop! 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 I believe that whistle just came out of my speaker, which is a lot louder than my tablet. But as you can see and hear, very loud in here right now with the leaves. So I'm half expecting if Kyle's going to come and listen or watch me at all, that they're going to be up against the swamp, because I don't think that if they're in any kind of form that I can see them, I don't think there's any way they're gonna be able to sneak up on me today. And I may just go dark and sit and listen. That particular one right there, where's my finger? Right there. There we go. That one is new. It's not leaning against a tree, it's actually stuck into the limbs. But there's one right next to the tree that's there, and they're starting to do bigger things. Like I said before. This one must be part of the ground right here. Yeah, that one's stuck to the ground. Kyle! Whoop! I'm standing where I left Dee's video run by at itself, that's where the apples and everything were. I'm kind of expecting if I'm going to catch any eye shine, it's going to be up next to the swamp where nothing is crunchy. But what do I know? Pretty much literally nothing. Now right there, I don't know if the camera's showing that or not, yeah. Right there, there's some scuffling in the leaves, and you'd say, oh, well, that's buck sign. Well, bucks only do that if there's a limb for them to put the glands of the corner of on the corner of their eyes up against, and to rub their horns on. They don't do it out in the open. They do it where something is leaning down. So that was not deer. That could have been something looking for acorns. I'm not blaming it on Kyle. It's just, I know it's not deer. Kyle! And I went about 20 minutes trying to make that projector work. And I finally got it to hook to my phone, but then I couldn't. It just sat there on a black screen and would not play YouTube, so I'll have to figure out what's going on with that. Probably when I get it home it'll work just fine if it's messing with me. But tablet's working. And as you can see over there, since my power source for my projector is unnecessary, I clicked the light on and put that, one of my very old phones, up against the tree, just in case if something comes and sticks their face in that light, maybe I'll catch it. I have the video that I downloaded and played over in the No-No Woods last week. I have that video playing on the tablet, so I don't need to be near it like I would be if the projector was running. So you're going to hear a lot of crunching, and I'm going to walk kind of medium slow. All the way around my path. And since I found out that if I walk the way I'm walking now, and I don't turn where my path turns, and I walk all the way down to that house, that there are still quite a bit of sign all the way to the house. So the little short video of look how close, they're literally right next to the house that they're making these stick structures. Dee and I both love these bent over trees and all the stick structures and log structures that they have around. I love coming through and trying to find new ones that they do, but they've literally put so much now that I can't tell the difference anymore unless it's something big log. I've recently kind of got the impression that they were going to move, hibernate, or go south for the winter. But then I went through my my last investigation, the no-no woods at night because Dee didn't feel good. That I got quite a bit of eye shine and some weird things, and I'm not sure if maybe because the Kyles left, and then maybe the dogmen don't leave, or something else was there. Because I circled a little thing, sent it to Dee. It looked like some type of little alien creature was crawling out of the woods at me. And it was very close. And I circled it and said, please be pareidolia. And she says, nope, that's not pareidolia. So I was trying to disbelieve my own eyes, but poor little me. And like I said, it's pretty cold out here. Some 40 degrees, maybe 45. And as soon as I left the house, that chills but numb on my face happened again. And it just happened in my legs. And the last time that happened, there was a big howl across the swamp. So maybe something's watching me. Maybe not. I try to use my feelings and my body as much as my eyes and my ears. And I'm right here. So I guess I'm seeing out through the woods in that direction. See any light out there whatsoever with this thing? Move you around a little bit. I guess I can't see it. I guess I'm seeing a car out there. I can't see two headlights. I guess I'm probably seeing the dome light inside the car. People think they're out nowhere when they come out there. This little parking spot on the seasonal use highway, and the only thing, there's a house down the road, but they think that they're secluded and nobody ever comes around. But little do they know, I'm out in this woods a lot. And I know I have to slow down. My last one, it was so quiet in there, and I was so sure nothing was going, so I'm swinging everything around like this and swinging this around back and forth just for me to look at, my eyes will get on a dark spot or something, and I'll just swing the light, swing the light. It's kind of disorienting. Even I was angry at my camera work last time, so I'm actually able, I know there's no way for you to see out there with something that dim, right in the middle of the screen, I'm able to see the porch light of that house down through the woods right there, because a lot of the leaves are off now. They didn't get pretty in New York, or at least not this part of the New York. They're here just north of Syracuse, so they really didn't get pretty this year. A couple of them turned dark red, but most of them were just browning down again. There's too much water. Here's the great big oak tree. I can see much further up in it now. Last time I think there was a baby in there. And they kept doing movement and knocks. Deer season is open now. So I had to be... Deer season is open now, so I had to be a little more careful and wait till after dark a little longer to come out here. And that's one of the reasons why I have not been out here during the day. Gun hunters, I mean, they just kind of like pussyfoot and walk around for the most part around here, but I know what it's like to try to bow hunt when some idiot that's not hunting goes tromping through the woods right where you are. But in the distance, like right there. I could never see it in a stupid screen until I actually put it on a TV, but they're right there, and another one right there. And one right in front of my face right here. Like right there, you can see it good. Are those little tacks they put in the tree, but this thing's only a couple 100 yards wide, and there is absolutely no way whatsoever you're going to get lost or turn around in here. Bow hunting if you're coming in to sit someplace. Alright, you're coming in to sit someplace. Before the sun comes up, I can see maybe, but there's no place that it's not going to be more than 300 steps from the road into your stand before you actually hit the water of the swamp. So if you don't know the area that you're hunting in and you need those tacks to get to your spot, then probably you should have came scouting a little more so you're more familiar, because if you do hit a deer and you have to... Okay, I see what I'm doing now. Now I'm holding it too far up into the sky. No happy medium. But anyway, if you shoot a deer and you're following a blood trail, and that deer happens to go a few 100 yards and you have not scouted that far around where you're hunting, and you're not really familiar with what's going on, you can follow a deer by looking down and follow that blood trail until you're totally lost, never looking up to find landmarks. Alright, here's something totally different. I had put the skull and then the hip bone as a neck, and then the two sideways arms, and now the skull is upside down and the hip bone is sideways. So something came along and messed with these for no good reason, because there's no marrow or anything in it. Alright. Don't want to say necessarily that that's the tall man, because it could be dog man, it could be leprechauns, it could be elementals that I believe in out here. I know there's at least one, probably two. I had so many problems when I first moved in and made my pad well, septic, electric. Finally moved my double wide onto the pad, and I had so much bad luck and financial problems and everything you see on a paranormal show when they figure out it's an elemental and then they go get an Indian shaman to try to appease them, and they bring tobacco, fruit. Sometimes they tell you to plant fruit trees and stuff, but when I couldn't figure out the reason for all the problems I was having and always being tired and sick, that's what I did. I went out between my swamp and my house and offered tobacco, rocks from Lake Ontario, apples, so that when the apples were gone, the seeds may grow an apple tree. And I included any Native Americans, human spirits, elementals, fairies, anybody that could possibly want that was messing with me for any reason that I was sorry. But I'm a human and I need this space to live. Please leave me alone. I don't know if yeah, I guess it does. See how the leaves are all ruffled up right there? That was for me walking in here. So I don't see, at least from the last time it was windy or rainy, that that anything has walked through any of these leaves all the way around, because I left quite a path just coming in here. And I know I tend to shuffle my feet a little bit. I do it on purpose. When I'm hunting, I make a lot less noise than this. I do not want to sneak up on anything. Don't want to sneak up on Kyle taking a dookie. Have him turn around and be all embarrassed. Kyle! I know you know I'm here if you're out here anywhere. And I know you can't understand what I'm saying. But I still want to see you. You too, dogman. If you're not going to try to scare me, and you just come out before I can see you, and then walk away, everything will be great. So I'm pretty sure if I saw a dogman as close as Dee did out in the middle of that open field, that would show me that all the cryptids that I think are in here are in here. I would much rather see a tall man, although something that's 10 feet tall or 12 or 15, well, the grass men out in Ohio are much taller, much larger, but since I haven't seen one around here, I don't know what I'm in for if I actually see one. Kyle! The day that they were hooting, real weird. And when I came out and sat next to this tree and heard them talking in the swamp and everything, a very active day. Since then, they haven't really made too much noise or eye shine or anything like that. And I do believe in woodlings. I've been in the woods my whole life, and I have seen all kinds of different signs and tracks. And for the most part, yep, this is a raccoon, that's a fox, you know, you're seeing things. But I've seen small, and not what you would think of being a fairy, like not the size of a crow or anything like that, but bigger, like the size of a fawn maybe. Small little things. And at first I thought, hey, I just saw a fisher, the first fisher I've ever seen in my life. But it was not furry. And it was not running on all fours. And this is way prior to cell phones. So I wasn't really sure what I saw, but of course my mind was not going to tell me that I was seeing some type of fairy or wood being or ghost or anything like that. I know I tend to look up in these big trees when I pass them, but I don't see anything. On the edge of my hearing, out in front of me, further than I can see because of how much stuff there is, I can hear sticks knocking together like something's walking between, pushing the limbs around out there. I can't hear any splashing. I can hear some idiot on a motorcycle driving up and down the highway as fast as he can. I'm just trying to see how long this video was playing. 28 minutes already. And I show these videos to my friends, and the eye shine that I get and that kind of thing. And most of them are like, aren't you scared? No. When they howled across the swamp, I was definitely have a healthy respect for something that can tear me up. Even if it is coy dogs and coyotes that are making that howling and all that ruckus, there was definitely enough of them to mess me up. And I don't purposely want to stand my ground just knowing that for some reason I may have to get my friends out and protect myself just because I'm too stupid to walk out to my lawn for a little while. So I did. I walked out there for 15 minutes. Not so much scared as respectful of the fact that they could mess me up. don't want to make them feel like they have to protect their territory. I haven't heard them since then, though. When I first moved in, there was coyotes every night all over the place, in the backyard, back here in the trees, across the road, down the street. I even heard them a couple times in the middle of the night, and they were chasing deer down the middle of the road, because deer can outrun them in the road. And the deer run a quarter of a mile and then stand by the side of the road and eat some grass and rest, and they can see down the road quite a ways, and if they're still being followed, I'm not sure what I'm seeing right there. I'm guessing it's a log sideways. Did you hear that? That was somewhere out by the projector. Whoop! Kyle! That was just a very high-pitched sound. That was no animal that I know. It would be really nice if that other little phone is actually still recording out there. I should really be able to get that audio. Kyle, is that you out there? Whoop! And I'm way farther away than I can hear that little speaker. That was definitely not any of these sounds, or any sound that's even on that. Video. I've watched all of her videos several times over. Some of them more than several times, because I'm running them nice and slow, trying to circle things and find eyes and shadows and dark splotches, you know, the same thing everybody else does. So not only do I watch them through one time, and then I watch it trying to find stuff in it a second time, and then pretty much a third time circling things. That sound was right out in here, and that was the weirdest sound. And then right after that was kind of like a half-hearted owl hoot. Whoop! Kyle! I'm just right now starting to hear Dee's voice. And this is the now, I'm not saying that couldn't have been some kind of owl that I haven't heard around here before. Barn owls, not B-A-R-R-E-D. That's what I normally hear around here. They go hoo 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 hoo. That's what I normally hear. And they do make a single hoot, but it's more like they're angry. Boy, them tacks make it really difficult to try to find eye shine. But there are other owls like the barn, B-A-R-N owls that actually make a high-pitched screech. And they're also called screech owls. I have not heard them out here before, but that doesn't mean that I didn't just hear one. But it did not really sound like an owl. It sounded more like the mimic of someone trying to whistle like that, but loud, but using their voice instead of whistling. Kyle! I'm pretty sure I'm hearing Dee's voice. I'm very close to it now, but I can actually see the light of the projector through the trees right there. I don't know if you're seeing it. I'm moving the phone around a little bit, but I don't like to whistle. Whoop! See, this is where I thought they would be if they were going to come up here. Because up next to the swamp, everything's wet. They're not going to make any noise when they're walking. There. You can see the projector now right there. I should be able to hear much louder just in case you thought that was eye shine. That's a leaf. I tend to hold, and probably that's why it sounds like I'm got asthma and I'm breathing so hard. I'm holding the phone pretty much up against my chest, right below my face, because my arm gets tired. It's very heavy to do. I don't realize, and Dee probably doesn't even realize how strong she is to freaking hold this thing up for an hour. And I just have the light directly hooked to the phone with a little piece of metal tubing now that I hooked on there today to make a handle out of it. But she's got a whole tripod and a bunch of crap hooked on, and she's holding that up with just her left hand for an hour. And she doesn't tend to do this and that like I do. She's a much more steady and better camera person than I'll ever be. Try to go slower. So, but to me, everything I do is like, I want to look right there, I want to look right there, and then I want to look there, and then I want to look there. But on the phone, when you're watching the video back, holy crap, that's like, yeah. That's what it looks like. I try to, and I do that mostly when I get excited. Last week I was doing it because I was just bored, and the no-no woods give me a little bit of trepidation just because of the size of the trees and everything that are moved around in there. But I'm not any more afraid of them over there than I am over here, really. And if I accidentally walk right up on and threaten to step on a baby, I'm not sure exactly what they might do. Now I can hear the speaker pretty good. It wasn't coming through the pines very well. Well, whatever made that. Wow. It was much better and easier to hold at first, but I have a hold of it in the wrong way first. Not using the leverage of the handle. I had a hold of it right up next to the light. Kind of hurting my wrist. Okay, so let's see, 40 some odd minutes. I heard a big whistle out here, but I did not see anything. And this is all pretty wide open right here. And nothing's going to get up to me very quickly in the leaves that has any size to it that I can tell. So I am going to sit down in the middle of the Jeep path. Kyle! And shut the light off. There. Now Dee is playing right over there. And I can actually see, the phone can see a little bit up out of the trees, but I can see up, but not sideways at all, and not behind me at all out into the hemlocks. Sorry people, this is going to be very boring for a little while. My eyes are getting a little more adjusted to the light, and that light that comes on the power source is actually illuminating out here pretty good once your eyes adjust. This thing can't see shit. I haven't had that feeling of cold since I had it in my legs on the other end back there. And it's actually earlier, try not to say It's actually earlier, quite a bit earlier at night, because it gets dark so early now. Not exactly sure what time it is. 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock. I'm usually out here 9:30, 10 o'clock. A lot of times at 3 o'clock in the morning, because that's when I get home from work. But when I show my friends this video, they're gonna freak, because every time I shut the light off, they get anxiety and they're sitting in their house. They're like, "Why do you shut the light off?" I said, "Well, number one, they'll tend to come up closer so that when I turn the light on, maybe I can see one. And number two, I'm not afraid of the dark. Never have been. Or at least, certainly not in my adult life. I'm sure when I was young I was. I do remember a certain movie about aliens from the dark side of the moon that had pokey fingers, that had hypodermic needles that would put alcohol into you and make you drunk enough to pass out, and they would abscond you. But if there was bright lights on them, even a couple of car lights, that they would just poof and disappear like they were dead or whatever. I don't know where they went, but that movie scared me because I was too young to watch it, and I had to sleep with the hallway light on for 6 months. So they couldn't get up the stairs to get me. I'm gonna yell, "Kyle! Whoop! Are you out here, Kyle?" Now my eyes are very adjusted, and it almost hurts to look towards the video. Something's walking in the water. Kyle! If anything big walks between the trees, between me and the swamp, because out in the swamp is a lighter gray than all the black trees, and I would be able to see the shadow move. I don't hear anything moving in the water anymore. So here we go. Now that one time that I panned and I found all of the different eye shines and all that stuff, I was standing about here looking at the swamp with the eye shine. I did not see any of that eye shine with my eyes. It was all afterwards. It was all in the video. Way down there is one of those stupid tacks. I don't know if I can make it show up on the phone by being just, because when it's in the middle it's there, but when I watch the video back and I turn it into HD, usually I can see all that stuff. But when I'm looking in the phone itself, when I'm taking the video, I can't see anything like I can when it's switched over onto my computer. All right, give me 2 seconds for my 60-year-old ass to stand up. Believe me, if something attacked me when I was sitting on the ground, I'd have to use my Taekwondo ground fighting abilities because I cannot stand up very quickly. Kyle-ish! Whoop! When I yell towards the swamp, it reverberates quite a bit like the other, like last week in the no-no woods. I just heard a weird owl sound out towards the no-no woods that way. Woo woo, it said. Kyle! Phew. All right. Time to switch arms a little bit. I'm going to walk down the Jeep trail away from my trail a little bit. I don't really, now I'm out in front of that speaker. And you can hear Dee's voice quite well out here. Whoop! Kyle! Getting the chills again. Kyle! Whoop whoop! Now I walked you out through this end. I just heard walking out this way. 5 or 6 steps in the leaves. Further than I can see, but I could hear them. Crunch, 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 like that. Woohoo! You're going to walk 5 steps towards me. I'll walk 5 steps, or well, 10 steps towards you. Kyle! Now, Dee loves all this stuff. There's a ripped off tree limb right there on a tree that's bent. All of these trees right here are bent into the same spot. And that one's bent, and that one's bent, and that one's bent right down into a hoop. That one is not hooked to the ground, but it's the one that's holding all of these things to being bent right there. No, pointing the phone at the thing. All these things are bent into the same spot. And that one, that more or less straight one right there, not hooked to the ground. There's a good bent one. That one is going up to those and holding those bent. And you can see in the background, there's quite a bend. There's a bend behind me. Another pushed down tree. Kyle! I know you love all the bent trees, Dee, and all the leaned things. Try to show you as much as I can. Walk out into these places I don't normally, especially at nighttime, because I can show you just one little poof right there. All these are bent in one spot. This is the video where you talk about me and what I do at the end of your video. You know, there's other people out there doing exactly what I'm doing, and I hope they have at least as good a luck as I have with playing your videos. They love your voice. And let's see. There's a 5, so I guess we've been playing about 50 minutes. And the chills all went away. Now, I did hear steps out here, and I heard a whistle that was made with a voice instead of lips. But I'm not sure. Impossible to tell exactly. Because I don't get the activity you do ever. And I know they're not really bound to try to bluff charge me and scare me and stuff because I don't act scared. And the couple times that they've made loud noises, I've actually taken a couple steps towards them, and I'll ask if it's Kyle, you know, like, Kyle, is that you, Kyle? You know, like that kind of thing, walk forward. And unless it's seriously an alpha male, I don't think that they would stand their ground if I come walking at them. So it's not just not in my DNA to be timid, it's just simply not in my brain. And they know that, I'm sure. I'm not going to try to run. I'm not sure. When I was a kid, I was deathly afraid of werewolves. A big enough dog man would have to be bigger than the one that came out into the open field to follow Dee. But if it was bigger and looked more wolfish rather than just a black shadow creature, I may end up attacking it. I'm not sure, since I know I couldn't outrun the thing, that I would definitely fight or flight is going to be fight. That just happens to be me. I love when Dee hears something close to her. She says, "Hello, hi." Makes me laugh every time. Hello? Whoop! I was actually just flipping through YouTube videos the other day, and somebody was playing a clip that had Dee's voice in a clip that I've never seen on Dee's actual videos. Even on her shorts, I've never seen the clip that was playing, but it really and truly sounded like Dee doing like a reaction clip to a clip that's never been on her website. It sounded like her voice, like somebody dubbed her voice over it. But it might not have been her at all. So here, I'm going to take my sheet down since I couldn't make the projector work. Stupid projector. I could not get it to hook up to my phone and play YouTube. Doink, take that out. Take that one out. It actually, either I got more used to it being cold out here. I can still see my breath a little bit. But I think it feels like it warmed up a little bit. We had quite a front go by today. It got a little bit windy. It sprinkled a little bit and got real cold because it went from like 65 or 68 degrees down to 50 in about 15 minutes.
Oh God. Oh no. No, it's not. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you. I know who he is, and that's funny. Yeah. Oh, that's cute. Come, where'd you go? Don't leave. Guys, it was active and then it just quit after I left because the ghost box was telling me. They said wolf, and I ain't playing. There's no wolves here.
Well, actually,
and then it said ape, which was cool.
This thing says an hour and 4 minutes and 17 seconds. It's actually still taking video.
Okay.
This
Right,
old phone I had.
Alright, I think I'm just going to go ahead and say goodbye.
She's going to say goodbye, so I'm going to say goodbye.
You
First,
guys go check out
this other one off.
Ralph's channel when you get a chance.
Yeah, check out my
He goes
channel
out
when you
there
get a
behind
chance.
his house and plays my videos on a big old... He was playing on his laptop, but I had him play it on a projector so they could see it better. I mean, they were getting closer when he had it on the laptop so they could see what was going on. But now that he's got it on a projector, I think they stay a little bit further away. But that's just... Ralph, maybe you should try putting it back on the laptop, see if you can get them close to you.
You're on a laptop.
That day they were behind you. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here, guys. I love you so much. Members, I will see you tomorrow. And I've got a cool location to take you to tomorrow. And, yeah, and then remember, it's going to be 7:30, around that time, okay? I love you guys. I want to thank everybody for everything, for watching, sharing, hating me. Your hate pays too. Thanks for all of it. Like, share. You guys are the best. I love you. Mwah. I'll see you guys next week.
Love you too. Mwah. See you guys next week. Okay, Dee, since I told you to just watch the last 10 minutes or so of my videos, I played a video. I tried to play right there. I tried to play the projector, but the projector would not play YouTube. Even though it was hooked to my phone, it just would not work today for some reason or another. I don't know if it was them messing with me or not, but in a backup, I brought my I'm hearing branches touching each other. On the back up, I brought my tablet out and hooked it to the bigger speaker. I'm glad I brought that because the stupid projector didn't work. So I had that to play with. I heard a couple times some footsteps out in the water, out in the swamp in that direction. I heard something try to whistle like that, only saying it very high pitched with a voice, followed by kind of a fake single hoot of an owl and a few more footsteps. I saw no eye shine, no wood knocks, and I have no idea what I was hearing because it was all pretty far away from me. But I did have another small phone running with this light here on my, let's see, look at that. When I left this thing, it said 85% because I tried for 20 minutes to get the projector to run. The projector itself on AC, this little AC button right here, the projector itself ran that thing down from 100% to 85% in 20 minutes. But having this front panel light on has not, in the last 40 something minutes, did not run it down even 1%. Which is great. Now that I know that, it's nowhere near as bright as my icon light here, but all right, time to pack up. I saw a little bit and heard a little bit, but nothing like before. Maybe when I play it back, I'll find some eye shine like I did last time. But it feels pretty quiet in here tonight. So have a good night, Dee. Bye-bye, y'all.